Well, welcome everybody. My name is Fausto Pugliese, and Anna, thanks for having us here again. Hopefully everybody's been having a exciting part of the market. I know COVID's been really tough, so hopefully everyone's keeping themselves safe. And but the thing is, unfortunately, with catastrophes, there are opportunities. And I don't know what has been going on, but some people thought they missed a rally going back when COVID hit back in March. It is just the beginning. Not only that, you have a new presidency that came here in the United States. You got a totally different type of agenda that's going on. So everything is moving. If it's not the Green New Deal type of stock, if it's not pot stocks, if it's current, if it's Bitcoin stocks, they're all moving. So I'm here to tell you how to beat the big brokerage firms. Because let me explain something to you. These guys are control the market. You saw what happened with the Reddit stocks. You heard what happened with GameStop, KOSS, AMC, all these big stocks. There's just so much out there, guys. You just have to know how to play the game. And as much as you hate them, you got to join them. You don't got to work for them. You just got to know how to play the game. So how do I know that? Is because I was one of them. I've been doing this for 25 years. I love what I do, but you got to know exactly how to trade today's volatile markets. Now, what I'm going to look to do is this. I'm not here to entertain you, okay? I'm not here to sell you something, whatever it is. I am here today because I am looking for traders that want to trade with me. That's what I'm looking for. If you think you have it in you, if you think that you're a person that says, hey, Fausto, I watch you on YouTube. I've seen you several times here on so many other presentations. I've been doing it, can't be successful, been using these crazy indicators, this and that. I'm sick and tired subscribing newsletters. Well, and hopefully this is going to be your last top. But I don't want to waste your time or my time. So I'm going to here talk about how to find those stocks, how to follow the smart money, how to find out, how to be a tape reader, and basically treating it like a business. I know we have people all around the world that are logged in here, but at the end of the day, you got to make money doing this. If you're not going to make money doing it, then you're better off and hopefully depend on the $15 an hour job that they're trying to, minimum wage are trying to promote here in the United States. If you're not that person and you want to learn how to make $15 a minute, you're in the right place. And that's why you're here. So if you guys have not done it yet, I broadcast live twice a day on YouTube at 9 a.m. in the morning and at 2:30. I actually start trading around 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30 Eastern time. We make most of our money in pre-market. For everybody here, you'll all be invited to come, not watch the YouTube channel, but also just come to my trading room. My trading room's live. I'll even show it to you right now. Everyone's logged in there trading, and it's right here. Hopefully everybody can see it. You can see right here that they're just starting to trade. These are all serious traders, guys. All these people are right here are serious traders. They're trading. You can see our staff is in there. Right now they're trading a stock CAN. The stock went from, you could see it went from $8 to about $10, $10.60. We're also trading the stock SOS. Doing really good job with SOS. That stock just started this morning at $4.20. Stock is almost at $6. You do the math. You buy 1,000 shares of that stock. It moves about $2. That's $2,000. Where are you going to make that? Oh, yeah, right here. So let's go out there and show you exactly what it's all about. How do we do it? And how every one of you are going to be part of this team. First of all, just to let you know a little bit about myself. I don't know if you guys took the time to read the bio. But I've been doing this for over 25 years. I'm one of the original day traders that started back in 1995 when I founded CyberTrade University. The way I became a very successful trader is because I became a very successful loser. I thought I knew everything. I did all myself, pretty much what most people do. Eventually, I said, you know what? Maybe I should go work for somebody. The only reason why I didn't like to do that because I didn't want to split the profits. But you know what? Splitting's better than losing, right? Well, I became a very successful trader, 12-time world champion at the Traders Money shows. I traveled around the world. But the thing is this. The reason why I'm as good as I am is because I surround myself and I teach people to trade like me. You can only be successful in trading if you're trading with people that trade like you, okay, and they have to be good at it. Anybody here own a business? Anybody here own a job, like, or work for somebody? We all know what it's like to work with bad employees. If you're a business owner, you know what it's like to have, somebody that you thought is going to work out and you hired and you're paying them. You got to fire them eventually. But could you imagine being the person and like, wow, that guy makes a lot of money doing that. I'm going to open up my own business and copy him. Yeah, let me know how that works out for you, because that really doesn't work out too well. You have to surround yourself with good traders. Now, I have a question for everybody here. Before we get into the details of trading, I first want to get to know a little bit about everybody here. Can everyone just type in the question? Could you just tell me, does anybody here who trained you? Can anybody just tell me who basically trained you? Self-taught, okay. E.g. I'm here to learn, okay. Listen, we're all here to learn, but my question to you is, who really trained you? That's what I'm really asking. Wayne Cook, that's a long, you go way back. Okay, MTI, Ron Ianieri, yes, good friend of mine. Sad story what happened to him. He was actually one of my instructors that worked for me when he first got started in the industry. But yeah, very sad story. I'm looking, you're new. Okay, all right, so the thing is this. Yeah, he was a great guy. I know. Sorry, it's a sad story what happened to him. But let me tell you a little bit about what it's all about. To be successful in trading, you have to learn before you could earn. And the thing is, when you're trading with people, if you just look at this photo, these people pretty much look exactly like you, okay? They're exactly like you. They're out there, they're learning, they're trying to trade on their own, but you have to surround yourself with good traders. Now, the thing is this, how do I know how to trade? Very simple. I was on the other side, okay? Listen, I know a lot of us know a lot about sports, right? We just had the Super Bowl. Do you think, the people on the other team are enemies? No, they're friends, but they get paid to win, all right? At the end of the day, you beat me, I beat you. That's where it comes down to it. But you got to know how to play the game, because nobody wants to be on a losing team. So you got to know how to play the game, and you just got to know how to follow the money. Now, there's been a lot of good stocks that are moving. TLRY, look at those charts. OGI, CRON. I just gave you another one, SOS. I don't know, the stock. Look at the stock already ran to 650 already. Wow, doing great on that stock. So anyway, actually, I'll just bring this up and show it to you. Don't mind me bouncing around, but I just want to kind of show you the traders in the room. You can see our instructors right here. They're saying, look, it just got halted. You can see a lot of people. And if you look right here, look at my time right here before we started. SOS popped. And I just want to show you exactly how I work with my traders. There's a pop in SOS. Look at 1040. Look, we're trading this stock. Keep an eye out for SOS. This is at 1042. Okay? I am working side by side with my traders to make money in trading. I am looking for people like you to join that room so I could teach you to trade like those traders. So we have more eyes and ears out there. But to do that, you have to know where the money is. If you follow me on YouTube, Facebook Live, we were trading TLRY way before anyone even knew about the stock was even moving. And I'm not talking like a genius, because we do lose money too. Don't get me wrong. There's the 30-second rule you got to know. There's the three strikes out rule. But I just know where to look. And I need people out there that know how to follow, that could read and follow the money. But to do that, you got to know how to play the game. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about the strategy. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not an analyst. I don't pretend to be. I'm just a day trader, okay? What does day trading mean? We're in and out the same day. We just make our money, take our money, walk away, and and just make a day's pay. That's about it. Now, what I teach my traders is this. We need to scan the market, and most of the scanning we do is in pre-market. Most of the money we trade is in pre-market. We see a lot of the activity. We see a lot of trades going on. If you look right here, you can see naked. Let me get my little pointers out here so you guys can follow along. There we go. You can see my little dot right there. You could see like stocks of 460%, 400%, 130%. These are all the GameStop stocks. But I'm just showing you that we just follow where the orders are. We follow the volatility. But the problem is not every one of these stocks are what we call tradable. Some of them move faster than others. Some of them are pretty volatile. You just got to know which one are going to give you the least amount of risk with the high amount of reward. And that's what I'm looking to train you guys to do. I need you to go out there and not to make a mistake, and don't be like most traders that fail in this industry. So, TLRY, why did it go up? Who ran it up? GameStop, why did it go up? Who ran it up? How do we know it was going to go up? How do we know now it's going to back down? I know I sound like a broken record, but you got to follow the money. It is simple as that. Now, very important question for all of you, because this is what's going to show you that you've been trading blind your whole life. Does anybody here have something that's called level 3? Anybody? Just give me a yes or no. Come on, traders. There's over 100 people in here. Why are we having so many people so shy? Stop looking at the TV. Don't worry about the impeachment trial. Focus. I have a very important question here. Because listen, if you can't answer this question, you shouldn't even be in these webinars. Okay, you're wasting our time and your time. I take money very seriously. You don't want to lose it. Too many of you lose money. Do you have level 3? Yes or no? That is the question. Linda, you don't have it. Leslie, you don't have it. Reg, you don't have it. Trader, I know we don't have certain names. I can't read certain names unless you put it in there. Okay, from what I could see, there's only maybe 5% of you have it. The rest of you don't. And you know what? If you didn't answer, don't worry about it. I already know the answer. You don't have it, and you're probably embarrassed to say it. Okay, now, let me just tell you something. And by the way, please don't take my my brashness, because I'm here from New York. I was treated very, very strict in a way that if you don't follow the rules, you got fired, okay? Because you know what? It's not your money. It's their money. If you don't know, not a good listener, you're pretty much wasting your time when it comes to trading. Very important question, because we only got about 30 minutes left. If I could tell you where 70 to 80% of the buyers and sellers are, what is that worth to you guys? What is that worth? If I can show you where 70 to 80% of the buyers are, think about it. How many shares are you trading? Are you controlling 70, 80% of the market? That would be a huge Ed, right, EJ? Right? Worth quite a bit, a long term, right? Okay. Let me ask you this. Is it worth $9? Would you pay $9 for that? Okay, because I had to pay $1,000 for it when I first got started. $9 sounds like a deal, right? Okay, good. All right, so we're on the right path. So there is something called level 2, and I don't want to go there and educate you about it, because I'll teach you that when you come in my trading room. But level 2's been outdated since the 90s. All right, so let's talk about level 3. I was featured on NASDAQ before they shut it down due to COVID. But basically, NASDAQ has a platform called Total View. We call it level 3. And the reason why there's level 3, because there's multiple platforms out there. ECNs. This window will give you and tell you over 100 times more volume than anything out there that's existing in today's market platforms. This is going to show you where every institution is, every brokerage firm, everything, every single order around the world. Now, what you're about to see fellow traders is going to be very disturbing, because you're going to sit there and going to be like, I don't understand. Why is more people not talking about this? And I'll tell you why. Because they're not traders, okay? They were not a market maker. They found some great indicator. They got very good at it, and something that's good for them is not for you. I'm going to tell you right now one of Wall Street's biggest secrets. Total View is one of several that I'm going to show you in my live trading room. But I'm going to start with Total View because that's the most popular one that's out there in today's market. So let's look at this exchange right here. Let's look at this order. So what you got going on right here, and let me get my little crayon here. So you got the buyers. Oops, bad color. Hold on. You changed the color. Okay. So you got the buyers right here, right? And you got the sellers. You got three different columns: the shares, the price, and how many orders. Now, what you're sorry about for hearing that cash register, but that's my students. Whenever we make money on a trade, we always do a cash register in my trading room. I don't know if you guys hear that in the background, but anyway, what you're seeing is whoever wants to buy the stock for the most amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to sell their shares for the least amount of money is down here at the bottom. Whoever wants to sell their shares for the least amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to sell their shares for more money is down at the bottom. So basically, sorry about that. So what you're seeing is all the orders, all the buyers, and all the sellers out there. Okay, that's what you're basically seeing. You're seeing every order at every single price in existence of TLRY. Now, you probably ask yourself, okay, so I could see all the orders. It looks very confusing, but what am I looking at? Well, 95% what you're looking at, you don't need to look at it. What you need to look at is this. We're looking at AMC. Now, here in AMC, you'll notice that there is a big buyer right here of 111,000 shares at $5.75. Now, you have to understand, the highest bid that you'll see on level one will be $5.89. But there's only 700 shares looking to be bought. This down here at the bottom is what you want to look for. A big iceberg order. That's what we call them, iceberg orders. And that is why AMC went from $7 all the way down, stopped at $5.75, and went right back up to $6.20. Why did it stop? Not because President Biden said so, not because the SEC said so, not because of Robinhood said so. It was because of this big order out there. There is no other question other than that. Now, let's look at another one. Let's look at FCell, another great little mover stock. Stock goes from $26.60 at 9 o'clock this morning, shoots all the way up to $29. Now, that is a $2 move in a little bit more than 15 minutes. Comes right back down from 29, goes right back down to 27. How would you have known to get out of 29? Because if you didn't, you would have not only threw away money, a profit, but you basically would have probably took a loss. Only one reason explains it. It's not this seller of 54 shares. It's not even this seller of 200 shares. It is this seller right here for 120,000 shares. That's it. That's all. Unless that seller gets executed, that is a big iceberg order, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I got a question for all of you. How many of you are here are monitoring and seeing these 120,000 share iceberg orders out there? Is anybody here doing that? No. EJ, we didn't get to that question yet. We're going to get there. No, no, no. Now listen, you got to think about this for a second. How much better and smarter trading decisions would you have made if you were able to see these big block orders out there, these big iceberg orders? Having a game plan, knowing to see the future, not worrying about the past. Oh, now it's going down. Now my Bollinger Band's point. I got to sell it now. No, it doesn't work that way. Student over here says, no, I'm too new to even have known about it. Well, you know what? I'm glad that you're new, because new students don't have any bad habits to break. Because I know a lot of people out there that spend tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars, not just on education, but on losses, not knowing, and one, they got to make it back. So you got no bad habits to break. Okay. It's all about following the money. Now, let's move on. Nicola, let's look at this stock right here. What is the trend of the stock is doing, everybody? Is the stock going up or down? Can everybody tell me? What do you think? What's the trend? By the way, you can't answer this question. You got to quit trading. I just don't understand why nobody would be able to answer this question. Come on, Mark. What about you? Lynn, Jose, Crystal, Mike, Don? Come on, you guys can answer this question. It's not a difficult question. Is it going up or down? All right. So if you said it was going down, which most of you did, congratulations, you're correct. It's going down. Now, how many of you guys ever been in a trade and the stock is going down and you're losing money and you're like, do I sell it now? What do I do? Do I get out? The thing is this, you have to know the only way every day it happens to you, Reg, right? Well, listen, we're going to stop that, okay? And you know what, Reg? You got to come to conclusion that it's not everybody else's fault, it's your fault, all right? You can't blame somebody else, for your mistakes. You know what's right and wrong. So until you could admit that you're wrong, that's when things start going positive for you. So looking at this stock right here, the way you make money is this. Okay, losing money, the stock is going down. Where are the next buyers? Because remember, it doesn't matter what you think. It's not in your little head, okay? If you get into the hope theory, you're going to get in trouble. You look down here and like, okay, I'm looking on level 3 like Fausto told me. I'm in his cyber trading university room, and we're all looking at Nicola, and it took a huge dive. Obviously, a lot of people losing money. So where are the institutions? Oh, well, what do you know? There is a 110,000 share buyer out there at 21.29. Interesting. Who do you think I'm going to trust? The guy that wants to buy 3,000 shares? The people that make up to buy 2,000? What, 220 shares? Come on. There is no other reason to not think that this stock is going to go down and it's going to hit 22.29 with or without you. And there's no question that when it gets to that price, it's going to do exactly what it does right here. Goes right back up. Have you ever thought for a second, you ever felt like sometimes when you're trading, you feel like somebody's watching you, right? You ever feel like that? You're going out there and you're doing a trade and it's like, damn, every time I sell something, the damn thing goes up. And every time I buy it, it goes down. Anyone ever have that feeling sometimes? Wow, again, a lot of yeses on that. Well, let me break it to you, okay? Nobody's watching you, all right? Nobody's watching. Please get that out of your mind. You know what your problem is? You are not watching them. Makes perfect sense. That's when the light bulb kicked in. I'm like, wow, how did I not know that? And every single, and my mentor told me, he said the same thing. Fausto, who really trained you? And I said it's 25 years ago. Nobody. I learned it myself. I was watching a couple of YouTube videos. I was going out there and, just whatever, just watching the financial stations. That's what separates the amateurs from the professionals. You want to make money, you surround yourself with professionals. You want to go out there and you want to spend money on the next, $50 best platform out there, or, watch another YouTuber that's got all these videos out there and he's got several hundred subscribers. Yeah, great. Let me know how that works out for you. You want someone that's going to entertain you, or you want someone that's going to trade with you? That's what trading is all about. Question, what time frame are all these line items on the buy orders being shown? Well, it's on the bottom. You can see it right here, 10 a.m., 11, 12. Stock was sitting there holding there to 22.29 for about 12 hours until people realized he's not going anywhere. And then maybe he went out there and says, you know what? Nobody's selling it. Let me go buy it from the buyers. He's probably executing all those bids, all those offers. And that's what made the stock run. All right, guys, I got about 15 minutes because I want to give you guys at least another 5 minutes to go out there and register to get you in the trading room. So don't mind me. I'm going to try to move up a little bit faster. Time flies. So let's look at this example. Where are the sellers? Can anybody tell me where's the sellers in HAL? Can anybody tell me where is the big iceberg order on HAL? Where would make a resistance level on HAL? If everybody knows how to read numbers, congratulations, you'll do great in this. And if you said, where's the big seller? And you said 24.50, congratulations. You just passed and realized how to make money in the market. Was that, by the way, is that hard? Is that difficult? Because if you were like everybody else and like, oh, the stock's going up, 1030, breaking all-time highs, they're talking about it on CNBC, the guy just signed a big contract. Yeah, great. If they're like, look what happened. Stock sits there, hovers, and then takes a big dive. Okay, let me know how that works out for you. So if you just follow the money, watch us show us how to do it. This will make your life so much easier and make your trades more profitable. If you think you're going to outsmart these brokerage firms, these banks, let me tell you something. The people that are in Reddit, and I know we got some of them in here, let me tell you something. These people have more money than government. They will bury you. They have more money than God. Do you think it's a coincidence that GameStop went to 500? You don't think if that stock went to 5,000, they have the money? You think they do? No. They know what's going on. They will double, triple down, average down, do whatever it takes until they sucker enough people because they will win. You can't beat them. I hated to say it. I'm sorry. This is not, I don't care how many you are, because they have too much money to do it. If they want to take you down, they will take you down. So there's only one way to play it. You just got to follow them. You got to follow the money. It's easy as that. Because when you're looking at this order, the 200 share buyers, the 300 share buyers, who do you think those people are? Those are like you. Who do you think the guy at 60,000 shares is? It's not you and me, right? You have to follow the iceberg orders. This is what I was trained 25 years ago when I had to pay $1,000 a month for an Instinet machine. And the reason why they called it the Instinet machine, because that's where the institutions were. Now, it's public, information. It's there. And I still understand why people want other people to tell them what to buy and sell. You have to learn how to think for yourself when it comes to trading. Now, I get this all the time. People say, Fausto, I heard about this. They said they're fake orders. How do we know they're real? Listen, when you come in my trading room, I'll find a nice 26,000 share order, and then you'll tell me how fake it is, okay? They're all real. Now, Question is, can the stock go higher? I've seen these stocks, they hit iceberg orders, they get past them. Absolutely. It happens all the time. Stock was starting from 2 days. You had this iceberg order at $12 from the day before, hit it. Hold on. Hit it, came down, hit it, came down, hit it, and finally it broke 12 and the thing went to almost 14 bucks, right? How did that happen? Any of you guys use something called time in sales? 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. That guy was getting executed. He was getting executed. Oh, by the way, one of you said, I hope it's more than the Titanic. Well, honestly, I came up with the word iceberg order, and the reason why I came up with it is because of the Titanic. Where those buy orders, they're right here in time and sales. Remember, you're not the only one that's trading. It's people all around the world, Don. All right? But you could see those orders getting executed in time and sales. You'll see that number drop. And what do you think? Oh, you know what? Somebody really wants to buy this stock. And sure enough, look what its stock did. It shot straight up. So we've been talking for about 30 minutes. I've only trained you for about 15 minutes. Is anybody confused? Did I lose anybody yet? Anybody lost? I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Okay. Makes sense, right, EJ? Right. No, just great. You see, if you can follow along what I just showed you right now, then you will not believe when I start showing you live in the market. When I start showing you how these things go up and down the way they do, you are going to freak out. You're going to be like, it all makes sense. It's not that complicated. It really is not. You know what the hardest thing to teach people what to do? The hardest thing to teach people what to do is don't trade a lot of shares and trade more often. People want to like go big all the time, and you don't do that. You want base hits. You just got to make a day's pay. That's all you have to do. Okay? Now, have any of you guys ever heard of level 4? Anybody heard of level 4? All right. So this is level 4. When we show you level 4 and show you stocks like, stocks, how they move and see big block orders, how they get executed, you're going to really freak out. Now, it's too complicated to teach you right now, but we'll show you when you come in the trading room. And when you see a big order like this for 2 million shares, and he's been out there since 9 o'clock, and how the stock went up, and you saw him out there, and it basically only tested him and went right back down. Stock goes 50 cents. You're like, I don't understand. Why did it go down 50 cents? Well, did you see the 2.2 million shares out there sitting on the offer? Did you know he was out there since 9:30 in the morning? I don't think so. So there is so much more, ladies and gentlemen, to show you. But I'm pretty much running out of time. Oh, my God. You have no idea. But I want to show you exactly how these things work. I want you to see, to be part, and at least let me show you if this is something that you're capable of doing. Because let me tell you something. Unfortunately, trading's not for everybody. College is not for everybody. It's just whatever. It's how it is. But when you go to somebody that does it every day, and you want it, and you know somebody that has been doing it and it's been very well known, that's how you got to do it. So listen, it's time to stop being confused and learning how to play the game. People make things more confused than what it is. We have a motto, we call it the KISS method. Keep it super simple. People make things more complicated than what it is. They start trading options. They want to do some swing trading. They heard that day trading is the worst thing out there. Listen, you just got to remember who really trained you. That's where it comes down to it. But the thing you have to understand, you don't have to make a lot of money in trading to make a very successful career. Do you know if you make 50 cents on 1,000 shares, 50 lousy little stinking cents, that's $500? The average day trader makes about 1,000 a day. You think I'm worried about a $1,400 stimulus check? Please keep it. I don't need it. I like exactly what's going on in the market. Now, for some of you who don't know this, Cybertrade University has a 5-star rating on Google. We have a AAA rating on the Better Business Bureau. We're endorsed by every single brokerage firm, in the industry, companies like Ninja Trader, Thinkorswim, TradeStation, Tastyworks, Charles Schwab. I've done presentations for all of them. You want to know if you're dealing with a reputable person? Let me tell you something. These brokerage firms, they do credit checks on us, not only on me, on my staff. They do their homework on the internet, and if it's good for them, it's good for you. And let me tell you, these brokerage firms want you to be educated, because if you are, you'll be their client forever. And by the way, if you're ever going to do business with somebody, make sure they are endorsed. Okay? Now, this is what I'm looking to do, because I'm almost out of time here. I got the next presenter coming in. I got about 3 minutes. I want to give you guys 5 minutes. I want to invite you guys to come to my original trading room, okay? And I want you not to judge us on our winners. I want you to judge us on our losers. The winners take care of themselves. And I want you to see our traders, how they trade, because I want to make you one of them, okay? There's a lot of schools out there that are our students. Been doing it for so long. We listen, we're not looking to hold anyone hostage. When I'm done with you, you'll be able to teach other people. And all we ask is that you tell them where you learned it. But I want you to see the real truth of everything I spoke about and see if you guys could do this. Now, this is all I'm asking for is $9. That's it. $9. And this is what you're going to get. I don't know who you are, where you're from, anything, but the $9 is an application fee to get into my trading room, and this is what you're going to get. You're going to get 1 week in the trading room, 3 daily market meetings, a morning and afternoon watch list. You'll actually be able to talk to somebody, a live daily, weekly event, 100 hours of recordings, a crash course on day trading, and as a bonus, if you register now, the first 20 people will get an actual free coaching with me. Now, why would I do that? Why would I waste my time? Some of you are like, wait a minute, Fausto's going to talk to me for $9? Well, guess what? It's not I'm going to talk to you. It's an interview, okay? I need to know if who you are, where you're from, and if you get it. And if you get it, we'll make money. Now, how do you register for it? Let me just give you the trial link because I got to make a run. There's the link right there. Just click on that link, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll get registered. Right, listen, I gave you the keys, okay? I gave you the clues. Now, the best thing to do, you got to see it live in the market. That's really what comes down to it, right? John, that's basically what you're looking at it. So if you like what you see, and I'm sorry, I'm really short for time because we only have 45 minutes. The next presenter is coming on in another 5 minutes from now. Just if you like what you see, you want to learn about what is the truth of day trading, how it really works, what makes them go up and down the way they do. If you want to see why these kids are going to get burnt in the Reddit deal, and a lot of them actually are my students because now they're realizing what the hell just happened, click on that link, get registered, and we'll get you in there, okay? So any last-minute questions that I can answer? By the way, something very important. When you register, there is a questionnaire at the end of the presentation. Please let us know a little bit about you because that's going to help us determine your application if you're qualified to be one of our traders. Remember, a lot of people don't qualify, and it's okay. Listen, I would rather be honest with you than you go out there and you start trading and you blow up your account. That's one of the reasons why we have a very good reputation, because we're not going to have 2,000-3,000 people in my room. If I want, I got 10,000 people in my room, and I don't want them. First of all, it doesn't make you money, and and it doesn't work that way. But what do you have to lose? At least by the end of the week, you'll know exactly the real truth of it. And if this is something you want to do, we're gonna take it very seriously. Well, like I said, you might not know if you qualify or not. Pay the $9. If it doesn't work out, you get your money back at the end of the week. We just need to know who you are, if you're a real person or not. All right, guys, with that said, I got to get ready to jump and get back with my class and my traders. We're actually trading a stock right now. My instructor just called this one out. Looks like it's doing pretty well. Let me bring it over and share it with you. Do you guys see this stock right here? This one's making a big run. INPT. Look at this one. Let me just blow this up so you guys see a little bit bigger. Yeah, they're right now trading this stock. 9 o'clock this morning, the stock just 9:30 started at $1.80. It just made a run at 240 to 280. You know what? If you jumped in 30 minutes ago, you made yourself a good 40 cents on 1,000 shares, $400. It's about a $100,000 salary. We'll take it. Looks like that's what they're doing right there. All right. So with that said, you're more than welcome, EG. Thank you, Fausto. How much capital do you recommend you need to get started? I don't know. You just saw the stock go from $1.80 to 280. I don't know how much you need to buy 1,000 shares of that. $2,000? You don't need a lot of money to do this. That's a misconception. And please don't let that discourage you to do it, because this is where people get suckered in and do options and everything else. All right. Okay, guys. I will see all of you guys. Enjoy the rest of the show. Anna did a fantastic job getting some of the best minds of trading in here doing these expos. I've been a guest for her for several years now. I always love talking to her audience. But listen, you got to learn before you can earn. Listen to all the presenters. Try to buy a little bit of everything. You're going to need more than one mentor to teach you how to trade. So go out there and learn a little bit from everyone. But please do not, I really beg you, don't go out there and try to do it on your own. It's a 90% failure rate. You almost a guarantee you're going to blow up your account. Why not take the time, learn from certain people, spend a little money, and go from there? Okay, guys? Better safe than sorry. This is the greatest job in the world. Don't lose the opportunity. Good luck, everyone. Anna, thanks for having me, guys. And please be safe, and I'll see you all in the trading room.
Thank you. How's everybody doing this late morning? Hopefully everybody's having fun. I don't usually prepare a presentation, but have a slideshow so I could be on point. Today I'll talk about your psychology versus my accurate trade calls. Now, I have to commend Fausto on his presentation. He mentioned a few things that I couldn't say any better. He talked about iceberg orders. He talked about volume. He talked about a couple of things that really my education, my strategy, my trade room, my trade calls, which are basically made right here in front of you on Telegram channels. We have the indices, the currencies, the metals, the oils, the Bitcoin. All of them are time-stamped, but they are not random. So psychology will play a big role in benefiting from these calls. When I say, when we say 1,000 ticks every month, some people will say, oh, yeah, right, until they come and see us. And again, in this presentation, I'll probably show you my website and everything, but I don't sell anything. You'll be invited to join us for trials, 2 weeks. No obligations, 2 weeks trials. That includes the live room and will include the Telegram channels with us. So you will get exactly what the students get. Okay. Hopefully within the next 45 minutes, I'll be able to show you how stable it is. Your trading will be your trading if you look at the volume and if you look at the market maker's intention ahead of time. I started in 2001, something like that, around late 2001 with Forex, but switched to futures after. In 2005, it was a turning point for me. Turning point in terms of believing in volume, believing in numbers, okay? What happened is that I locked myself in my office basement, however you call it, and I wanted to study this bid and ask. This is just a picture; it doesn't mean anything, but you understand. There's a bid and ask ladder. I cracked a lot of things out of it. I learned a lot of things: unfinished business, capping, end of buying, end of selling, hidden orders, traps, point of controls, and I was really good at doing it. But with time, with time, especially in the past, I would say 7, 8 years, we switched. I no longer look at this. I developed this. Developed this into a simple, very simple indicator. Okay, which we will talk about. I started my first live seminar. Okay, by the way, this is me in 2006. I look different now. I was chubby. Um, uh, 2004. So I have some pictures local around Toronto, Ontario, Brampton, Mississauga. You see here, 2004. Hello. I am losing. I lost my screen for a second, didn't I? Anna, can you hear me? Do we have
Yes.
audio? Okay, sorry, I'm losing. I lost audio for a second, I think, or my screen was lost. So let's go back. I'm sorry about this. Okay, we still good, Anna?
Yeah, the sound is good.
And the video is good too?
Yeah, all good.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. So let me just see something. I'll just be quick so I know what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so this is in 2004. This is in 2012 in Colorado. I was invited to do a webinar. This is Las Vegas, maybe 2000, I would say 2013. What I offer is a few things. Trading education, comprehensive and detailed. Live trading room, for now it's twice a week. It used to be 4 days a week. Now it's 2 because simply trade signals, the last one here, I provide trade signals right here. I may mention every single channel as its own. Like I have one for indices, one for currencies, one for metals, and also the elite members. We have an elite member channel here. That channel, they chat, they talk, they share ideas, and I have very advanced volume-based indicators. Okay, and I will go over some things. Maybe I'm starting a bit slow because I just called the trade a minute before I got in, which was a NASDAQ short, which covered first target. But that's why I'm a bit distracted, but I will try and focus with you guys. The strategy is based on, fundamentally based on 3 things. Anticipating the market's move, and then confirmation. Remember Fausto before me talked about hidden orders, etc. There's a way to confirm futures and Forex and the trades that I'm calling quite easily if you have the tools, okay? And then execution. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Here's a NASDAQ. It's a still chart. I stopped the feed because I don't want to add more pressure into this. So I had a trade call I just made now before a few minutes before I got in on the indices. I said NASDAQ short 13,738 or better, which was basically here or better. Stop loss at 42. So this is the stop loss at 42. And actually the NASDAQ came down, if you see. First target was only 20 ticks, and we got the 20 ticks. So when we got the 20 ticks, mind you, almost 85% of my trade calls will give you first target. And I'm not saying this because I want to say it. It's because you will see it yourself once you join me. So we got 20 ticks. By getting 20 ticks, folks, on the first target, we have, I call trades on 3 contracts. So first 2 are out with basically 20 ticks. So I made 40 ticks, and my stop loss automatically is covered. My stop loss is covered, even if the runner is stopped out, which is not now. It's going in a nice profit now. It's covered. So even if my runner stopped out, I'm still making some money. And talking about these magenta lines, the charts are I disconnected the feed, but these magenta lines will pop out and pop back in. These are the hidden orders that I see. They call them market makers pressure, SAL indicator. Anticipate, confirm, execute is key to this methodology. Okay. Now, when I anticipate something, it's stemming from basically the volume. I'll tell you how I see this. This is a 15-minute, and I'll choose the NASDAQ because simply the NASDAQ is a call that I just made. I made 3 other calls, actually 6 calls at around 8 a.m. today for my members. All of them are marked and all of them are making actually beautiful profits now, all of them on the currencies. The subject today is your psychology versus my trade calls, versus my accurate trade calls. One of the main thing is that your psychology is going to hold you back is when I'm not looking at the one instrument that you're trading. Let's say you're only trading the NASDAQ, and NASDAQ that day or that session is not giving me anything. You automatically will be forced to take some trades that are not, I'm not even calling, not reasonable. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the yen, at the pound. You know, all of them I made calls today, and all of them are from this area. I will explain those as well. However, let's go back to the NASDAQ and show you what do I look at before I look at the hidden volume in the market. Before, okay, I will look at, for example, the NASDAQ, and this is the volume profile on the NASDAQ futures, right? So if you look at the right-hand side, I see volume profile, which is the indicator that you get with us for free. It's part of the package. But you see how I can decrease it by decreasing the numbers of bars inside this chart, increase it. Also, I can enlarge it. Look, I can make it smaller. I can sharpen the edges, as you see, or smoothen the edges, okay? It's very nice and very dynamic. That is the main market view for me. When I anticipate the market, I really anticipate it based on this, anticipate the market. Now, can you trade on anticipation only? With my strategy, anticipation is the easiest thing you can get, really. And even today I had new trial members. I was talking about the same. Confirmation is key. Okay, confirmation is really key. And let me explain that a little bit in a little bit of more broad or something you would understand. Remember, we have the SAL indicator to show market makers intention, the levels, etc. And let me talk about what do I mean by anticipate, confirm, execute. When I showed you the volume profile on the right-hand side, which is basically here, right? This volume profile gives me different levels. Levels that are continuation, rejection, some levels we call them suction tubes, etc. So for me to explain to you how important it is and how accurate these things are, let's give you an example which I give all the time. Let's assume that I'm looking at the NASDAQ short. The NASDAQ has a level here, and this is my rejection level. But before I do that, the NASDAQ is going down sharply, going back up. Overall, the NASDAQ has this level. But let's assume you don't see it yet. It's not there yet. From the volume profile, or if you're trading the way you're trading, you're looking at a NASDAQ short. So the NASDAQ came down sharp. It went back up for a retracement, right? However, it came down. It's going up for a retracement. Sorry. And you, as a trader who's not looking at any volume, not looking at any hidden volume or even visible volume, you're not looking at any historical volume or current volume. Probably you, don't take it personal. I'm talking general because I've been a victim of that too. You have a level that you want to really trade. Let's say this is your 50% level on Fibonacci. And you say, oh my God, if it comes to 50%, I'm shorting because I was taught so. You can still do it, by the way, with my methodology, but my methodology will show you which level to honor, which level to ignore. So the market comes here, okay, and touches your 50%. You take the short, it goes up, it takes your stop loss, and it comes, and then what happens is that it comes in your favor again. You say, crap, I missed it. But it's coming down, I'll take it short again. You take it short again, it goes back up, it stops you out. Now the market is going to a 68% or 68% retracement. 68. You would say, my God, I was taught 68 is good too. I got stopped out, I'll take it from 68. 68 touches, it goes up, it stops you, it comes down, it goes, oh my God, it's going to continue down. If you take it out again, it goes a little bit. You don't know. You have no idea what the market makers are intending to do. And the previous presenter, I really liked him. He was mentioning about things that unless you see them, you don't know. So let me give you the same example, same exact example, okay? But with how you can eliminate some stuff that are not good. How can you understand trading? Your trading can be, you can see trades that in your favor. You can see actually point a percentage to them. You can say you can see it. You can say my percentage on this is 70% or 80%. It's very vivid, very visual. The market is very, very visual, very vivid. Let me go back and explain to you how I see the market and how you should see the market. When I teach you how to use volume profile, you will have levels. A level here, and another level here, and possibly another level here. Okay? Now these levels are continuation zones. Continuation, continuation, continuation. In between, you have rejection, rejection, and then rejection. In between these areas, okay? Basically, if you know this, really, it's very, very easy. You notice how the market bounced from the bottom of this area, which was basically rejection. It goes back up. Now, do you need to wait for 50% retracement? I bet you don't. Here's why. Because if the market comes here, look at the rejection zone. It might give you that quick scalp or continuation down. Let's assume that you took it and you managed some profit, right? Now, let's assume that it went back up, but after you manage your profit, you moved your stop, etc., you got a little bit of profit. It goes back up and it breaks this continuation. Why do you have to wait for a short? While if it comes back down and bounces from this rejection, this is a long. This is a long, very obvious long. Now, if you have a long from here, long, where do you think your stop loss will be? And this is my main thing. I really emphasize on the stop loss. I tell my students, and they all know, and if you come to the trials for 2 weeks, you will see me, when I call a trade, I call the stop loss first. Understand? Stop loss is important. Fausto said something important. He says, judge me for my losses. To me, stop loss is important because if I don't know my stop loss, even if I know the market is going to go 1,000 ticks in my favor, if I don't know my stop loss, I'm not going to call that trade. I'm not going to touch it. And given 1,000 ticks a month, for example, for the month of February, following that, we are already at just under 3,000 ticks. Okay, just letting you know, and everything is detailed here. Timestamp, the entries, the exit, the stops, everything. Whether some students manage to take all these trades or not, this is the subject. Your psychology versus my accurate trade calls. We're gonna, once you understand the methodology, I will indulge into what's stopping you from doing that. So now let's assume you're going to go long from here. As somebody who knows volume profile and Simon's methodology, you have to have a stop. So do you think your stop loss will be in the green, in the burgundy, or in the blue? Obviously, it's in the green. Why? Because the green is the entrance into the complete continuation zone. If the green hits, the rest are hitting. So why don't I risk only 10 ticks? While if I don't know my stop loss, you could risk 50 ticks. And not only that, folks, pay attention. This is only anticipate. So this is I'm anticipating anticipating the call only. Did I call it? No. When would I call the trade? Or when you would see it coming? When you see, obviously, these beautiful, beautiful magenta lines coming up, right? Which are, let me show you an example. Here's the NASDAQ. You see these magenta lines? The charts are disabled, so you don't see them in action, but I will do that after. But these magenta lines will pop up. This is an indicator called, I'm sorry, not setting, indicator called Simon's attraction levels. You can put up to 50 levels on this. And according to their volume, they will have different thickness. You can also choose different colors. Absolutely up to you. Okay? Where am I? I am in the, here. So that being said, I will have to have market makers confirming. So I will see those magenta lines popping up or already there, because my stop loss will be below them. This creates a wall, complete wall. Okay? And then I will tell them first target is, for example, here. And that first target, folks, is not random. That first target comes from a terminology that we use. We call it first hiccup. So the first hiccup against me, it's going to be my first target. Let's assume I took 30 ticks first target. For example, the trade that I just called now on NASDAQ. 20 ticks first target. 20 ticks, because we do 3 contracts. T1 at 20, okay? So T1 20 times 2. We take 2 first target, 2 contracts. So I made already 40 ticks. And my stop loss is, for example, 15 ticks, 16 ticks, 20 ticks. So if I get stopped out on the runner, you cannot trust the market, by the way. So if the market stops you out, you already made 20 ticks profit. And there you go. And you already know your exit. Here's the rejection, your exit. Unless you want to chase it with a smart stop, we call them smart stops. Folks, there's no way in 45 minutes I can explain how passionate I am about this. I've been giving, last September, for example, 4,500 ticks in trade calls, all of them documented in the, like with timestamp trade calls for you. October, November was a bit less, but all of them over 1,000. Now in the month of February, I'm already over I think around 3,000 or so. So you got enough of this so far. I'll move on to the next thing. Let me show you some examples of why would people would not benefit from these trade calls, and we'll move on. I wish I had taken the trade call. Right? I wish I had taken the trade call. And I'll give you an example today. My God, I called 3 trade calls in the morning around 8:30 a.m. this morning. JPY, which is the Japanese yen, the Canadian dollar, and the pound. All of them are beautifully in profit. First target was taken immediately after I called it. But you know what? 50% of my students do not take those calls, especially the newer ones, because they're stuck with only trading the indices. They like the indices. Well, you have to have an open horizon, open mind. You have to follow the money. Yes, don't trade Forex. Trade futures. These trades were all valid for futures and Forex, same time. Why did I panic and exit too early? And that comes with experience. Once you're with me for a while, you'll understand, you know what? Simon is holding, I'm holding. But again, everybody's different in terms of their, in terms of account size, psychology. As long as some people have been having a habit of exiting all 3 contracts with their first target, right? I don't like trading currencies. my margins don't allow me to hold winning swing trades, because swing trades sometimes will go for a couple of days. Yes, your margins don't allow you change your account or trade minis or micros or switch to forex. If you are in Europe or in Asia or anywhere other than the States, you can do CFDs. I call CFDs, by the way, too, which are the US 2000 replacing the Russell, NAS 100 replacing the Nasdaq, etc. SPX. It is a very comprehensive trade call membership. Okay. Um, Sometimes today, I'll give you an example about the stop loss. For God's sake, I even tell people, advise my people, look at this currency trades. I call them today, all of them. Sorry. This is you see today. 26 people saw it, and the rest did not pay attention because they don't trade currencies. But look at this. All of the trades are in profit. JPY, Japanese yen. I'm not only giving you an entry. See, JPY current stops are 9567. Now, pay attention. First thing I told you when you joined me, I said I call my stop losses first. I gave the stop loss. The time stamp is right at 8:43 a.m. And I mentioned to them the stop has the JPY, which is Japanese yen, has a bigger stop than my taste. But that's what I have for now until we get some. Get some meaning they know, get some profits. And if you don't like the big stop loss, you can use it on maybe it's not a big stop anyway because first target covered it anyway. But then now we move the stop loss even lower. You can do short-term options, or you can do forex. If you do JPY forex, which is USD JPY, it goes opposite, it goes long, which I will show you. So basically, I provide not only I provide the signal to you, but I do my best to provide a picture. Look at this picture. What does this picture tell you? My entry. Look at the wall that was created by the market makers levels that I referred to as SAL indicator, right? And first target was taken. Okay, and then look at this. At the same time, folks, I told my members, if you're going JPY short, you have to go USD JPY long. If you don't understand it, you can email me, you can join us. But here, so now both of them have taken first target, actually, and more, and we are running nicely. Last thing I pointed to here on these three trade calls this morning, plus the one that we have running now, about maybe 100 ticks on Nasdaq running. I said pound FX making 65 tick pips, futures FX making trade making 25 ticks. These are the same instruments, but one of them in FX, one of them in futures. I have a few students who took them all, so they took 6 different trades. Canadian Forex is making 50 ticks or 50 pips. Futures is making 32 ticks. This is after taking the first target. Japanese was making a bit less because it gave us like 25 ticks first target, and then now it's only at 10 ticks or 10 pips, 10 to 15 pips profit. So it is anticipate, confirm, execute. So if you want to benefit from my trade calls completely, you have to have an open mind. You can join, because this is a permanent membership. There's no monthly fees. There's nothing like that. You can take your time. You can adapt. You can open a different account. You can start with a SIM account, as long as you end up benefiting from everything I'm calling. Okay. Some people will say I can't hold for overnight due to margins. Okay, switch to forex. Forex, there's no margin increase. There's a little bit of swap fee, but there's no overnight margin. Or exit. You're in the profit. Exit. 85% of my calls go to profit. Or you can say, can't let it retrace against me. All you have to. That I cannot help you with that. The market does not go in straight lines. I don't trade Japanese or silver, or I don't like the ES. Folks, the reason why I'm doing this webinar is to let you know that money is money. Okay. As long as the market gives you those beautiful market makers levels to help you, as long as I'm behind these trade calls, money is money. Let me emphasize on the fact that I'm not selling you anything today. Nobody's allowed to come and tell me, Simon, I want to join. Here's my membership. Here's my. No, you have to come and see, because I'm liable for for you. I know if you go in without understanding and then you turn sour, it will give me a headache. I don't like that. I want you to come in and buy it. And we have a sales manager who will talk to you about maybe payment plans. I'll talk to you about. We offer very steep discounts for people who think they can benefit from this. The only thing that's holding most of my people who's joining us, who don't sign up. Almost everybody who understands the thing signs up, but anybody who doesn't sign up, their objection is they will join when they have a sufficient account to trade with me, so they are holding back, meaning they don't have enough capital to pay for the membership, which is basically a permanent membership. I don't trade against the daily trend. Well, you thought the wrong thing. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, folks. I don't like to insult anybody. I don't want to, but if you think the trend is what you think it is, then you're wrong. There's market maker's trend. It's different. Or you would say, I'm down today. I took my own trades. Let me just ignore Simon's call. Let me see if I can make it up by scalping here and there. And many, many more reasons, right, for not following the actual trade calls. News. If you follow the news, basically, folks, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I'll tell you why. Most news, if you follow financial news or follow some companies merging, and Fausto would agree with me, they're designed to give you the wrong idea so they can go against you, the market makers. You have to see what the market makers are thinking. You have to see their volume. You have to see their entries. Okay? We are programmed to do the wrong things. For example, we were in a trade yesterday, a couple of trades. The news came out a little bit bad. The market went not against us, but against the profit we were in. I said, don't panic, folks. This news event is only 15 minutes in effect. The market will go according, because none of the inside volume that I was looking at changed. Election, politics, impeachment. These will affect the market temporarily, but the market will go according to what the market makers' intention is. Okay? Some people will say, how can you call oil long with oil inventory news coming out so high? Demand is low. How can you? I'm not calling it because I feel like calling it. I'm calling it because I'm following what the market makers or money managers are doing. They moving the market. Mostly are trading bots and institutions, right? How do you short the market after such a good employment news? Folks, since when the news are accurate, or since when the new? No, it's what I see, because this is what we always do. We trade what we see, not what we feel. Okay? Moving forward. How do we trade? Very simple. How many contracts? I told you 3 contracts. But I'll give you an example. The NASDAQ now is dipping, right? Just before my giving you my webinar. Let me examine something very simple. Very simple. Look. Before this, now I said NASDAQ is going to be, no, this was only on. NASDAQ, watch this. NASDAQ, this is at 1048, right? NASDAQ 13740 is a do or die level. And I actually gave you, look, a line. This is a line. So when I say do or die level, meaning it's either going to respect it or break it. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting for confirmation. And I said possible short at stop loss this. Imagine, I always tell you the stop loss first. When the market came to it, it actually gave me a signal at around 40, 38 and 40. Right now, let me ask my students, whomever is here, what is the profit on the NASDAQ? I bet about maybe 120 ticks or so, because I'm looking at the on the other charts on the side, but they are not futures. They are CFDs, and it's dropping in my favor with a 2-point risk, folks. And first target will cover the 2 points already. $1,000. Okay. Okay. Ticks. So that being said, folks, let me introduce you to my website. He's still telling me dollars. Okay. So the website. This is the website, thetraderinstitute.com. Anna, if you don't mind giving them the handout to know about us, right? The handout Anna will give you is about, it's a PDF file that has the website, which is this. It has everything. One of the main thing I want you to look at, folks, unless you are getting married today, please make a time for this video. Go to the education side, which is if you go to about us, education, you will come across this page. A webinar similar to this, okay? But this is the most important. Pay attention to this, please. This is the most important you can see. You can view right now after this webinar is done. Not mine, I mean the whole webinar. Adult ADD and how it manifests itself in trading. Unless you're getting married, folks, please watch this video. This was made for us in 2014. There's another one, which I like a bit less than this, made in 2016. I got it, Dimitri, thank you. Here. And when you're done, you look at the rest of them. Now, please pay attention. There's the handout that will be given to you. It has all the information you need. And I had more things to present to you, but folks, I only have 10 minutes left. So there's a YouTube channel that you have. You can watch all the YouTube. And I can assure you that just two, 3 days, 3 calls that I made earlier this month gave us over 1,000 ticks. Okay. I am somehow getting this black window. I don't know why. Can you folks, Anna, see everything clear, or you see blank screens?
On the footer, I can see the black screens now. It looks okay.
Okay, sorry about this, folks. Now, I will look at the questions if I can. Where are the questions? I don't see the questions. But if you go to the membership, there is also the membership here. Don't get stuck with the pricing. Okay, there's a membership just for trade calls, $3,500 a year, just for trade calls. You get the room, live room, and you get the Telegram. And there is a permanent membership that is discounted now to $6,500. But we are giving a very steep discount after your trial. If you like the trial, contact us. You can contact us here. You can contact sales, or you contact me, or contact the manager that we have. So all of them in your disposal. Just come for a trial. The trial will include access to all channels and the room. Okay, so you will see the exact call. You will come to the room. You'll ask questions. You will learn, etc. Now, I will try and look at the questions, but I can't see the questions. View questions here. Now, please ask your questions. Oh, okay. I have a question from. Hey, Simon. Yes, I know, Jason. You're in trial now. You are in the trial now. Second time. I was a bit advanced for me first time when I joined 3 months ago, but yes, I remember. I went through your free education page, and I just I'm just blown away at how accurate your trade calls are. Thank you so much. And you're asking if there is a payment plan. Let me go see. Question. I'm losing these questions too. You're asking if there is a payment plan. Yes, there is. Just contact us after this trial. You're with me. You have a few more days left for your trial. And what is your typical learning? Well, I'll go on into the Trader Institute members area. you notice we have sections, detail sections. Okay, detail sections. We have, let's say, for example, level 1, level 2, level 3, for example. It gives you details. So I would say an average person who dedicates time for this, 2 weeks, providing you ask questions. Okay, thank you so much. Do we need to use same charts platform? Yes and no. It depends on what package you want. If you want just trade calls, no. But then you can advance. You can, if you decide to use Sierra charts, you can advance. It's very flexible, EG. Very flexible. The main thing, please, if you qualify for our trials, please, you need to join us. Okay, you need, for a trial, no obligation, but you need to qualify. Meaning you have to let us know what you're looking for, who you are. You know, just not to make it random, because nothing is random for me. Not trading is random. Not trials are random. Nothing is random. Okay. And here's a new person who just said live money. Okay, good. Okay, folks. So really everything is step by step. I am kind of, you see me kind of distracted because I am running a show now. I'm running also my students' answers. They asking me on the side because we are in this Nasdaq, and I think target hit. My target was 13710, about 40 points. 40 points, that's 400 ticks. So basically, folks, in this trade call, just a few minutes before I got into the room, just that trade call alone gave us 440, 450 ticks. Just now, I called it right now, 1052. Possible short, I called it at 11, or is it? 11:39. So at 11:45, I started my webinar. So I called it about 5 minutes before you guys saw my charts. Now, right now, it's closed with 400 ticks runner, plus we had 20 ticks first target, 20 ticks on two, that's 60. So 460 ticks in one simple trade call that I just made, right? And the time is here, stamp is here. If you're gonna go compare it to your charts, go ahead, be my guest. Target was met, okay? So if you want to join us in our trials, the handout you have, contact us, or you can go to our website, go to contact us here, and you will see there will be a form. You don't need the form if you don't want to. Just contact C4 trial info, contact sales, Daryl. He'll take care of you. All right. Any further questions? I had so much to present, to tell, but time flies, Anna. What can I say? Right? Time flies. Also, we besides the 460 ticks that I just called now, that the market took the profit target, final target on Nasdaq. We have 3 futures currencies are running in our favor, and we have 3 forex running in our favor after taking the first target. So today could be 1,000 tick alone, just today. You understand? So this is not something that I will take lightly. If you're trading forex or futures or even CFDs, if you qualify to our trials, you need to join us. 5 minutes left. I will show you something. Look at this. First trade of the month. If you go to gold, one thing that I like to do is that when the markets are not moving, let's say the indices are not moving, I don't get stressed out, folks. I look at forex, I look at currencies, futures, I look at energies. For example, the indices were complete crap at beginning of the month. I cannot sugarcoat it. It was bad. So I was looking at gold. Look at this. I'm waiting for this. Hold on. It's a bit slow, but one gold trade gave me 800, 900 ticks in one trade on this day. Where is it? If I can get it, that'll be nice. It's not coming up. I'm sorry. It's for somehow my it's freezing. I need to change my computers nowadays if I do presentations like this, before, big ones or big attendees. Oh, here. 3 minutes left. If you look at this, I said I'm looking gold to go 100 to 300 points. Folks, this is not ticks, points. Okay? Look at this. This is the magenta line that gave me the confirmation. Okay? And then ES looking the same. Okay? ES, we had ES and gold both at the same time. And we ended up with gold going all the way up. I'll show you to where. Let me show you just a second. If it comes up, otherwise you can join us in the trial. I'm comfortable, folks. I don't have to explain everything today. You will join me for 2 weeks at least. You will be able to. So this was the entry. We exited here. I'm looking at 1900. Oh, this is on ES. No, this is gold. So I'm looking at a big move. Okay. So we got out here later, and now we're looking for more if the gold comes back down. Anyway. Sorry, I sounded a bit distracted, but overall, I am also trading at the same time. This was the gold. You see how the timestamp and everything, I gave you a snapshot. This was the final. You see the final? And ES the same, and I have testimonials. So it is what it is, folks. I'm done, Anna. I don't want to hold the next presenter. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank the previous presenter, Fausto, for some good points that helped me also emphasize on at the same time. Hopefully everybody benefited. And we do have a very special, very, 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 very low entry price due to COVID, due to anything. If you join in February and try us out and you like it, we are offering something we cannot put on the website now because it's not advertised for, okay?
Want to make it exciting to everybody here, and today we come to the topic timeless trading imperatives. I'll explain what they all means and what all these 5 dimensions mean that I put about that ball that is going to rise. And I welcome you here. But before we go into the details, little risk disclaimer, there's a risk in trading, and I'm here as a trader and educator, not as a broker dealer or financial advisor. Never loss trading is not a promise to never lose a trade. The brand name comes from the idea of never stop loss trading, but that was a bit lengthy because in some of our concepts, we repair the trades. We are more than 10 years in business. We focus one-on-one to work with you, to tune our systems and algorithms to work for you, who you are, what your affinity is, and what works best for you. Yeah, algorithmic trading with indications, that's what we have. And I give you plenty of examples today of how that can make a difference to your trading. The title, Timeless Imperatives, what we're going to focus on today is purely day trading and swing trading examples. When you say, look, I'm a pure day trader, don't worry about it. I show you how you can close those trades that turn into a swing trade at the end of the day and to reopen them again. And with that, you don't have to take care of maintenance margin. Yeah. So when I put plenty of new examples, and that's the first time I'm presenting that here, because every time I get invited, I do a totally new presentation to make it lively and to share a lot of the knowledge that was gained over the years. Timeless, yeah, why timeless? We want to exclude time as a determining factor in your trading. So time goes away, so we'll have something else that determines it, because in time you can get easily caught, and we try to get around this. Why imperatives? Because it's important to follow those rules and regulations, be a rule-based trader. That's a key issue. Having clear-cut rules at the entry, know your stop, know your exit. Yeah. If you don't have that, trading will be difficult, and I tell you why. And vital and crucial, because that's what you need to do. If you're not a rule-based trader, you'll make assumptions, and you might interpret certain situations differently at any time, and that's no good. That will not help. So let's start and see what is going on in the trading world, and in particular for retail traders who do short-term trades. The frightening news is that about 76% of the retail traders lose money. I repeat that, and it's true. We made a study with brokers, and these brokers have to publish the win-loss ratio, and that's where it came from. If you don't believe me or want more details, write me an email to contact@neverlosttrading.com, subject 76%. I sent you the study, but that's background information. I'm here today because I want to make a difference to you so that you turn yourself into a winning trader, and that's the aim here. And I show you examples, and I will make you an offer to make a change in your way of looking at things, in your way of how to execute trades. Why? Predictability. Let's start there. Yeah, if your stops are predictable, then it's easy to trade there. If people know how you go from A to B, then they can counter it, or the big computers counter your trade because they understand timestamp wise where you most likely have your stop, and that gets attractive to steal that, and then you see the trade commences. And so with that, we want to not go for mainstream time frames today. We want to be different and making a difference in predictability. We do time-based trades too, but today's presentation is all about timeless trading. Yeah, and so the thing is, be different, be unpredictable, because if you trade on something else than time, then you'll be on your own and you'll not be so predictable, because not 500,000 people do the same click that you do, but also have high probability trade setups. I come what that means, high probability trade setups, and explain, and be repetitive, because you want the same action to come over and over so that you see, okay, that's my entry, that's my exit, that's my stop. Do I take the trade? Yay. It fulfills my criteria. I'll bring it home and have an easy execution. Why? You can work with a buy stop order or a sell stop order, and if you know your stop, and if you know your exit, you make an OCO order or bracket order around it, and it's easy. It goes all in at once, and you just let the trade come to its target. So that's what we're going to show you here today. Yeah, decision-making dimensions. Look, the thing is, if trading was easy, nobody would ever go to work. It is not, because there's many decision-making dimensions. The good news to it is it's learnable. And with what I show you today, we can reduce it to one dimension where we say, okay, do we take the trade or not? And everything else is explicitly on the chart, because I will repeat that today. Let the chart tell when to buy or sell. And here are the 5 dimensions, and I go more in detail because I want to give you first theory, and then I show you how to simplify the concept and bring it and boil it down to just one dimension, because we have the entries we need to decide for, the stop, the target, the time, how long do we want to stay in the trade, the risk reward, and all of that together, a lot of little mistakes can be made. Let's talk about entry conditions. When do you enter into a trade? Some say acting on stock tips or futures tips, somebody's telling you that's a good entry. That's a way to do it. Or you decide by indicators. That's our way. We let the indicators paint on your chart when it's ready to make an action and to take the action, and we show you different strategies how you can follow it with risk-limited strategies. In particular, day and swing trading, risk-limited strategies are prone. Others do by gut feeling. Yeah, look, I remember the old times when we did the tape, 84.5, 84.5, 85. So these times are over. We are with computers. We have AI integrated in our concepts. How did we do that? Because it always resets itself to actual. So whatever you're looking at, the algorithm will catch in the underlying sequence at level 2, level 3, what's going on, paint a chart of that, and give you an opportunity for finding an entry. And key will be these entries, and the way we calculate it should be at 65% or higher accuracy. There's nobody at 100%, but we aim for 65 and higher, and that's what we achieve, and that's what we give to our clients for years. Yeah, as said, we are more than 10 years in business. Exit conditions. Do you specify your target and entry, and how? How do you specify your target? Do you take where the price was prior? Do you take where it was yesterday? Somehow we want to aim for something. And often retail traders aim for the fences. So that means they want to make a home run with every hit. And look, this is not possible. The reality will be you hold too long and then the price comes back. Because one thing's for certain, and I show you on the charts, when prices go for a certain distance, key holders will rebalance their inventory. And what do? They flood supply or they shorten supply. So price goes up, supply comes in, what's happening? Price goes back. And then you start fearing, oh God, the price comes back, I need to exit because you haven't had a good target. Now you have a bad target because you don't want to get stopped and you get out with a very little gain. But the moment you get hit, you'll make the full-blown loss. And this pattern we want to break with what we share here with you today. Yeah, we want to give you an opportunity to make a difference to your trading because we want system-defined entries. When do I take the trade? Very simple. Buy stop, sell stop order. And how do I put my stop? Where do I put my exit? And is the relation between stop and exit right or wrong? Even that we put simplified on the chart for you because that brings us to stop conditions. Tight stops lead to be frequently stopped, so you're all the time stopped. If you take them too wide, you're taking too much risk. And risk management is what we need to focus on the most as private traders. If you work for a firm, there's a risk manager and you sign off a risk declaration. And if you don't follow it, somebody's going to come to your desk and say, James, Henry, if you want to continue working here, you better stick to the risk agreement because you violated today. You traded outside the risk tolerance that we accept. And that's what you need to bring into your trading, and that's what we brought onto the chart, and we'll help you making all those 5-dimensional decisions in one. Because the risk management defines the risk, what you can take by the dimension of the predictability of your trading system. Let me give you an example here in an overview. If you have a system probability here, you see in the first column between 50 and 70, then if you want to have a 5% edge, theoretically, you can only take 5% less than the system probability as a risk, and then you have a 5% edge. Unfortunately, risk and reward often is distributed 1-on-1 or even 1.2 and 1. And there you see if you don't come to high predictability above 65%, you'll have a hard time making money. Yeah, because then you'll always, in the trade, you get stopped out, the trade commences into the direction that you had predicted, but you know more part of it. That's what we try to prevent. Therefore, we go for 65% and higher predictability on our setups with our algorithms, and we'll show you in a moment of how that works. And the last element, time. Yeah, because often traders forget this one, but it's important. What do you base your decision making on? Intraday, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 minute, daily, weekly, monthly. So what are the time bases you decide, and we'll take them all away, because on one or the other trade, you need to decide how long do you want to stay in it. Either when stop or target is hit, that's a nice way, and I show you today of how that works. Or your trade will be closed after a predefined time base. We have trade step 2 where we say target 1 shall be reached after 5 bars or candles, target 2 after 10. Yeah, so that is, and we can trail ourselves up there, or we just keep our stop. It depends on the situation, but trailing is a good way of coming to target if you move further up. But all of that said, I want to simplify your life as a trader. And I give you plenty of examples. I have a lot of charts prepared, and they're all newly prepared the last couple of days because I want to convince you to let the chart tell when to buy or sell. So you'll see with us, and it's here small, I magnify into it, trade situations where it says sell, stop, target, taken. Yeah. And then we do certain counts. You see certain boxes up or down, because after a certain price move, we anticipate based on our algorithm that we will have a little pullback and we rather be out than stopped. Yeah. So that's the big thing we'll do. And I show you 2 types of trades today. With that trading strategy, the first one we're going to focus on, it's a momentum trade. So you take bit by bit, yeah? So you take each of those individual signal, you bring them home, take the new one, bring them home, take the new one, bring them home. Or the advanced version, we trend trade, so we then take that little red crossbar on here and we follow it to the upside, but also we know at a certain point we'll take our profit. The one or the other method depends of what you want to do. What you see here on a chart here, still in small, I make it bigger, is the ES, the E-mini S&P 500 futures index. And we'll have some examples on that. So let's start out with the ES. I show you a zoomed out example. Yeah? So you'll see from an overview for a couple of days of what's happening, and then we're going to zoom in and analyze the individual ins and outs. So here you have February 2 to February 8 that I put on the chart. And you see here with the momentum trade, we had 11 winning trades and 3 losing trades in 5 days. And each of those trades is for about 14 points. 14 points relate on the ES contract to $700. Yeah. If you trend traded, we have a total of 164 points we made in 5 days. And the market at that point in time was moving. What's happening today so far with the concept, we had no trade. One is just evolving here in the background, but that can happen. But here, when it matters, you are part of it, and your indicator tells you. I don't need to call you, so the indicator is going to be on there. You learn this in one-on-one session. If you want to be that trader, if you want to trade different instruments, you're highly welcome. Look, one time I like to tell the story. We had a client who only wanted to trade random lengths lumber futures. So we tuned the system to his specification, and he trades that happily. Why does he want to trade this? He has a mill in Canada, and within that, he has a contract with Home Depot for an annual fixed price, and he's hedging his bets. Yeah, so different intentions of trading than he is speculating, trying to take the moves. So, okay, let us zoom in so that is not vague what's here on the chart. I just want to show you over a couple of days. Things repeat themselves. So how does that work? Yeah. So now I zoomed in here into the chart, and we go left to right in the situation. Yeah. So you have the situation 1. Yeah. So I think I hit that 2-3 times here. We call it an initiation signal. So it says buy 3775. Yeah, and it only happens if the next candle ticks it out, and you see, okay, the next candle ticks it out. And if you go for the momentum trade, as I told, then we would go to that target that was about 14 points to the upside from here. And you see here we have a risk-reward relation, and the system specifies your entry and your exit. It's all there. Yeah, and so get carried out. The next trade comes, the target is behind the number 5 dot, next trade comes. So the thing is, if you trend traded it, stop goes here, stop goes here, stop goes here, stop goes here, and then we have 3 boxes to the upside, or we have 3 of those buy continuation signals, and that's a warning signal. Say, look, we might come to a pullback before we continue. So let me see the continuation signals, the box number 1. Yeah, you see that gray box that's underlining here. So that's part of that concept. The box 2, I put the box sign underneath. It's the gray background, and here the box 3. At box 3, we expect a pullback, which we're not going to trade. Yeah, so you saw here a pullback, a sell signal. We disregard it. Didn't trade this one. Go to the next. So see what rule-based trading is. You always know at any point what you're supposed to do. And the chart's going to tell when to buy or sell or when not to. Yeah. So then we have an initiation signal here, buy 3,832. Yay, we are in a trade and we get stopped. Yeah. Losing is part of winning, but you know you had 1, 2, 3, 4 trades that came home. This was a losing one. And we have another initiation signal, and that got carried out to the upside. And we do again the box count of box 1, box 2, box 3. We have the continuation signals bringing it home. And the key question is, will that be learnable? Look, when we started to be a car driver, we learned rules. And those rules prevent us from getting hit, because if we violate them, the others don't know what we're doing. And here it's the same thing. If you can follow those rules, you'll buy at certain points. When you say, wow, it's a big contract, because meanwhile we'll have the ES on a very high level, it works same way for the MES, the micro contract too. Yeah, so then instead of trading for $700, you trade for $70 a contract. So you say, okay, when my goal is to make that many trades in a certain point in time, then you just continue on. And if you want to carry it out, like in the swing trade, but you say, I don't want to cope with the maintenance or overnight margin, there you close your trade, then you re-enter. Yeah, so next day starts, there you start, you carry it out, there you would stop your trade, and you carry out the next signal, take your stop here, and you bring that, so end of the day you close it until you come to target. So that's all possible. There's always a way. We tune the system to your specific requirements. We work with you so that you understand what you're doing, and we have competitive and we have repetitive signals here on the chart. On the bottom indicator, we have what we call our balance of power indicator. When it's blue, there's a lot of buying pressure, which was here. When it's red, there's a lot of selling pressure, which really didn't happen, because here we expected the pullback, and that's what the thing says here, sell, but we not necessarily would be in there because we count box number 1, number 2, number 3. There we expect the pullback. It happened. On the first, we didn't take the wave, or the wave didn't take us. We got stopped, but then we continued. So that's rule-based trading of how we do it, and I give you more examples for also stocks and for other futures of how those orders can be executed. And that's all real narrow. Basically, by yesterday, these charts are updated here. And they update automatically. Our indicators are based on Thinkorswim. And when you see here, what you have on a chart is called the Never Lost Trading Trend Catching Indicator. That's the gray indicator that's on there. Very powerful tool to spell out momentum and trend moves. The NLT box is part of top line, but I throw it in today here in the offering. And then we got the timeless tick, because with that we define the chart, because time is not the guiding element. So we have an algorithm that tells you what to set the chart up for. And there's surely a concept, a written out concept, where it says, okay, when do you enter? How do you exit? What are the trades? How do you carry them out? And here's another example for Apple. Yeah. So you see here on Apple, the same situation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you see here on the box 1, box 2, box 3. After box 3, at that signal, we anticipate to get out, or if you carried it out, there was the stop, then you would have gotten stopped, but we take then the next trade to the downside. So you see here, always we work with buy thresholds, buy 130.14, and we spell out risk reward and everything up there. So where to exit the trade, so you take it in the momentum and you carry it out. You take it in the momentum here, buy 134.26, and you carry it out. Buy 136.18, and it's carried out. Yeah, so those are nice day trades. Yeah, so with Apple between 9:30 and 10:10, we had quite some nice entries, but it took us then here till 15:30 to carry out the trade. But where is the problem? Even for day trade, that was a very nice substantial trade. And when you measure the distance, we were moving up to 37.50 from 34. That's a nice little distance that we made right in one day with a super duper stock. What's so good on Apple as a stock? Not only that they have super products, there's so many millions of shares exchanged per day that your orders go through like butter on the in and on the out. Yeah, and that's essential. Yeah, so then, okay, we carried out the trade. So if you're a day trader, you closed it, then here you had to wait till about noon, and a new trade developed. Yeah, if you're a pure day trader, you close it and you reopen it the next day and you bring it home. Yeah, so there we have an afternoon, or let's say early morning, 11 o'clock, and it goes to the downside. This way, you're always risk limited. You see, risk limited trading within limiting the risk. If you don't want to take the overnight risk of a gap, then you close your trade and you reopen it the next day. So let's go and see how Apple here then performed over a longer run, because what you see here on the chart is that left side here, so that I showed you prior. But then you see here from the left right, the trades continue. Buy 140.65 home. Yeah, this one would not come home, but we can take it out on that box line. But then we have shorts. So you see in both sides, we have trades evolving and developing with the indicator to the up and to the downside. And what you see here is 11 winning trades, 78 and 3 losing trades in 10 days. Yeah, spelled out by the indicator, always knowing when to buy and when to sell, yeah, because you know when you bought the stock, you sell it here again, and you can carry it out. We also very, very good and knowledgeable in trading options, and we can show you how to do that with any of our concepts, how you can latch on with that. We don't recommend day trading options, but when you do a swing trading alternative on it, their option trades can be phenomenal because they're always risk limited, and with that can be easily carried out into the next day without infringing big margins, because you trade for a fraction of about 2, 3 to 5% of the value of a share, and you will conduct solid trades with them. Yeah, so that's so far with Apple. Let's do the next one, Facebook. Yeah, so that's the chart for Facebook, and you see again over so many days we were hitting the market hard. 9 winning trades, 1 losing trade in 10 days. Again, same similar sell condition to the downside, and we follow and we look for the 3 boxes on the drop. When it dropped 3 boxes, we'll take our target, and then we assume and anticipate rebalancing of inventory. Somebody will most likely in that environment shorten supply, then everybody who's short has to cover, so that makes the price rise. So you can anticipate then an opposite move, and this is why we want to be out. The same on the way up. You saw here on the left, 1, 2, 3, and then the air got thin, and we have pullbacks. We trade both directions, but we're always careful. If we carry out a trend trade, we have 3 boxes to the upside. We take our next target winner, yeah, so that was here, and then we walk away from it. And on the other hand, if it turns around, there's a new trade to the downside. So we always measure how far do we assume the price move will go, take our profit, take the next direction, yeah? And we do that repetitively over and over. And our system always tells when to enter, when to exit, what to anticipate at any bar, yeah? And so more examples on this one. There's another ES example, yeah? So where I show you this one here, 73% in 5 days. That's a lot of trades. And here crude oil, I also put that on the chart here in crude oil. What we're trading for is about 55 cents. It's $550 of a value change of the underlying. And so you see some substantial trades coming from the box 1 here to the upside, to the box 2, to the box 3. What do we anticipate after 3 boxes? Pullback. Do we trade it? No. Yeah, no trade after. So it's missing a little T. And then we anticipate and start the next box count here. So we pull back. So we start the box count to the upside, box 1, 2, box 2, box 3. And there at the next signal, when it comes to target, it's about time for us to take profit. So that's a clear roadmap that you can follow that tells you what's going on, and with the support of the balance of power you saw here, very little red, and so therefore oil in the period that I show you here on the chart was in demand. I give you another example, but this is how you can follow it. We had 5 winning trades in 7 days, each for about $550 on the big contract, so that's nice to do. We can also show you how you can use a derivative and make a trade with very little fraction on options out of this one. So the cool thing is, besides the big contracts or the mini contracts, there's all these micro contracts that you can trade the same way and manner, and with that can tame your risk. Here, if you say, I don't want to take a risk of $600 per oil trade, that's above my entry, you can halve it, yeah, by trading the QM. And so with that, you had a $300 risk, or you can, on the ES, go to 10%. By the MES, it's only 10% of the mini contract. And so with that, if you traded the mini contract for $700, here it's for $70 per contract. So as always an alternative, but the system makes one thing, it makes entry and exit easy for you, because you know here right graphically where is my target, and you know graphically where is my stop, and you know the risk reward relation up there. It says here favorable 1.5, and so that's what you want to take. Some situations it's not as favorable, but we'll give you the conditions to be a good risk manager of the max risk that you can take in any situation. Yeah. So I put the E-mini futures of from the last days on here. So you see here first part, Bing winner. Yeah. Box 1 formed, box 2 formed, box 3 formed. There we get conglomeration, anticipated a pullback, and that's what we did. That was the nice trade yesterday, because here we had in the morning around 10ish 3899 sell signal. There was the conclusion that we take profit, and that's what we did. And then for the rest of the day, we had basically with that system nothing to do, but I show you a different system that is also performing along the lines for you. And so let's go over and see first what that produced. In 5 days, we had 14 points times 4, and that's times $50, that's $2,800. That starts paying for the return on the investment. And that's what it all is all about. Trading systems need to be productive systems. You want to make a return on investment. And if you are a pure day trader and you don't want to carry out the trades, I showed you before how to open and close at the same day. Yeah. And then carry out the trade to the next. Here's an example for gold futures. Similar way and manner, and just one of our students wrote me before I entered here, so he made his first $150 with the micro contract following the system and found an entry, but you see here consecutively entry target. Yeah, there we got stopped. Why? Look, there's our little red crossbar, and this one went over. So losing is part of winning. Can't win them all. We are high probability, not always win trade. But then the next trade right along comes here, gives us the opportunity to go further down with the trade. But after 3 boxes, we stop our trade. We anticipate a pullback. So there's the next one to the upside, which we take and bring home. The target is here. It's hard to see, and it continues. So here in the last couple of 7 days, we had 8 winning trades and 2 losing trades on gold. And those are for substantial distances. But as explained, if you don't want to trade the gold contract, you can go to the micro contract, MGZ, and carry out the trade. And you see here the date that was by yesterday, February 10. So that's all actual charts. It's not just an example. I wanted to make everything as live and as good for you as possible. So the question is, so what do you get with such a program? You get 8 hours of training. It's all recorded so that you can relearn. You get a tutorial with the write-up. Yeah, you get the indicators programmed for you. It's on a Thinkorswim platform. You can execute your orders with Ninja or TradeStation wherever you want to. You don't have to trade with Thinkorswim, but they have a free data flow that makes it very attractive. You get 2 months of coaching, and you get 2 months of the alerts telling you where is price pressure and where things are going on. Special offer, yeah? Indicators are selling for $6,997. Yeah, that's our price. On the website. Then we have the box indicator comes from top line. That's an extra. We have the timeless tick concept that I showed you here, yeah, where we take time out of the cohesion. So that's a total of $10,991. My special offer to Investor Expo participants here, $6,497. That saves you about $4,500 if that is for you. So that's our offer, and we work one-on-one, and you want those 8 hours of training and the 2 months of coaching to get on the ball with that and to get moving. And that's a one-time fee because you know it stays with you forever. Yeah, you pay one time for the program, then you execute your orders day by day, and you saw what's possible. If you want to take that offer from me, so give me a call and or get to the website with me. Because there is our contact information, yeah, 866-455-4520, that's the office, or contact@neverlosttrading.com, and I don't assume that you just want to buy it. Call us for consulting hour, And only if you're really interested and you want to do that, and then we show you live how the system performs, so that it's not just a PowerPoint, so that you see a live performance and you'll tell what you want to look at, or tell us in advance, I want to see the NASDAQ or whatever, and we show you how the system performs for you. Yeah, so that just as the first offer. If you want to see what all is going on and stay in contact with us, I open our morning briefing Telegram channel to you. That's usually only for Neverless Trading clients, but I give you the opportunity to sign up for it, because I give you a lot of tips for stocks, for market, and a short briefing of what's going on every day. Or find our knowledge base at WordPress, or sign up for our news and webinars, then you get automatically updated of what's going on. Yeah. Good. With that said, I show you transactional trading, yeah, a different trading concept. Again, time is taken out of the cohesion. Transactions determine of what's going on. That's based off top line. That's actually the program we sell the most. Yes, you see we have different programs which we combine, and there's also traders, the most powerful traders combine trend catching and top line, because then you get the most signals. That's like having two machines producing opportunity for you. Yeah, there's strong indicators for price turning points. They work for all asset classes, all time frames, and all other tick frames, and all chart setups are done for you. Yeah, so here you see how that works. We trade here for a little less distance, so the distance we trade for is about 4 or 5 points. And the cool thing is we look for situations where we sometimes can trade for 2 spoos. 2 spoos speed unit is our minimum threshold to trade for. So you see here buy 3,874, and there was your exit after 2 spoos. It's graphically here. Did it go higher? Absolutely, but that's not how we trade. We'll take our profit and we go with that concept. Here again, short side, take our profit and we go, and it was about time, yeah, because there came the turnaround. There again, next trade on this one, yeah, buy, and we carried it out again for 2 spoos. So why is it sometimes 1 spoo or 2? There's rules and regulations to it, depending of where it is. There's some signals that are not considered. Why? Candle number 3 in the sequence, we don't want to trade because it looks like an exhaustion pattern. Those are all the traffic rules that we're going to teach you. But you see on here, just in one day, February 5, I put on here, we had 4 times 9 points. Yeah. And we had 1 times 4.5 points, so that's more than $2,000 obtainable if you did that all in that day. And here just put another chance on it, January 15. Why? Just random. There was a first opportunity that didn't get ticked out, so no trade. Second opportunity, therefore a 2 spoo move. Again, 8 points to the upside. Yeah, so that's how it can work, and it works for all asset classes, because the same day here we recorded for crude oil futures the price move to the upside, the price move to the downside. So you see here coming out target. So we do consecutively over and over again the same, like I showed you before. And also you can do time-based trading. Yeah, so here was a request from a client. He's looking at the real estate sector. So we just had over the real estate sector, we had these 2 spoo moves here to the upside, came right to target. Upside move came to target and went higher. Downside move, so the chart will tell when to buy or sell. What you see here on the bottom is a reference indicator, because he had the idea that put-call ratio could be indicative for price turning points. It was not. This system is much stronger in telling where things go, but we always test every idea, and the idea that we tested here is put-call ratio change, giving more predictability than top line. No, it was not. So that also is a system that you can put into your portfolio. We teach it to you in 8 hours of training. We have tutorials that support you. We give you 2 months of coaching and alerts. Our special offer on that one, top line light, normally it's a $10,000 product, $6,500 transactional trading concept that I showed you brief here, $2,997, a total of $9,497. Investor Expo only $6,497. It's an investment for you, but it's a one-time payment, and we work one-on-one with you to get that system in. to make you moving. And we have successful traders moving with that over a long period of time. And it's a one-time payment. You can sure stay in contact with us after our coaching and training session. And there's programs for that. But for the indicators, you only pay one time and you have them for a lifetime. And with that, programs, the one that I showed you first, on the timeless trade, the trend catching one, always here in the Never Lost Trading top line, we always give you a full scope of learning trade repair, risk limited strategy, have a business plan, trading all your accounts, because the average trader has about 4 times in an IRA, which they mostly don't manage. We show you how you can manage all your accounts with these systems and make sound decisions when to buy, when to sell, or how to hedge your accounts in case we have a drawback in the market. So call us for a consulting hour here or write us an email to contact@neverlosttrading.com. I also want to show you in the last couple of minutes our introductory system. So if you are a smaller account trader, trade colors. There we trade at a color change. So the buy-sell signals will not be spelled out. We trade for a color change on the chart. And here, there you see a chart for the ES. It's also a timeless chart, so time is not the consideration. We had 8 winning trades in that series, 4 losers. And so it's a 67% attainability. So you trade for a little less distance and you trade not as frequent as with the other systems. But you see here, winning and less losing trades. That's the name of the game, to the upside and to the downside. And here we'll do that again for a shorter period where you say, okay, how does it work in just one day? You see here February 5 on it. The price turning points were found. There were losing trades in it too, but still we are high probability within 67% attainment rate. So if you are smaller traders, that's for you. If you want to upgrade later, will help you to upgrade within acknowledging the tuition that you paid for. If you wanted to go from that concept to the next, that's always in the box for you. So we help our clients to be able to have the right tools on hand and to carry them out. So again, here, special offer. The internet price for the system is $2,647. 5 hours of training. It's 1 additional hour. We calculate about $400 per hour of consulting or training. The box indicator, you get 2, and you get a total value of $4,000, but you are paying $2,497. Again, Investor Expo only special. So if I was able to excite you for doing any of those trades, think of it like a productivity tool. So here you see price increments to trade for. The first 2 systems trade for a bigger price increment, but they trade very frequent, so therefore they produce a high value. This one produces a high value too, most likely in comparison to what you have. It's just an entry-level system where you start to get into rule-based trading, and many of our clients buy more than one system. Why do they do that? Because they paid off for the first and they want to have a higher productivity. And so with that, they carry the trades out and forward. And for Investor Expo only, we'll make those prices. You'll see, because we are more than 10 years in business, certain of our presentations, we don't budge much on price, but Anna is helping us here to present to you, to get into your head a different rule and an opportunity. And I hope you take me on that and ask for a consulting hour where you can see how everything works live beside this PowerPoint that I have here. And then we go on the chart together and map it out and map out a schedule, because we also work on weekends with you. So that's not a problem. If your time during the week is tight, weekend offers are totally in. And so with that, we can work on a Saturday or even on a Sunday if necessary to make you the trader and help you to turn yourself in the trader that you want to be. So what did I show you today? We had the timeless trade with trend catching. We had the timeless trade with top line, and we had our introductory system trade colors. Do you have questions? I'm not seeing questions on here. If you have them, I'll be happy to answer them. Anna, maybe you can help me, because somehow I don't see in my chat box if there's questions.
There was a question, is this been recorded? Because somebody got late in here. Yeah, it will be It is recorded, and recording will be sent to your email.
Okay, cool. Good with that. I hope I was able to excite you for a different way of trading, and hopefully you latch onto our timeless concepts, because they will help you a lot over time to achieve your trading goals. That's what I can say. At that point in time, then, thank you very much, Anna, for having me. Thank you very much for the attendance here. I compliment you for being here and learn some new ways of trading from 3 different traders and 3 different perspectives. So the choice is yours. We offer you the consulting hour if you want to be part of our Neverless trading system. Thank you very much.